Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about vaccine mandates. This presentation will include background information on vaccination mandates, the ethical issues that surround mandates, the moral principles and moral languages that form our attitudes, how the Health Education Code of Ethics relates to this issue, and a proposed solution to the ethical tension. The CDC claims that vaccines are the greatest achievement of biomedical science and public health. More specifically, it is a highly cost-effective means of reducing morbidity and mortality associated with disease such as smallpox, measles, mumps, and rubella. Vaccines are estimated to have saved 732,000 American children from death and prevented 322 million cases of childhood illnesses between 1994 and 2014. Quite impressive. So if most people in a region are vaccinated, those who are not vaccinated are also protected from contagious disease because the likelihood of an outbreak is low. This is known as herd immunity. So vaccination protects not only the individual, but also infants and others who are medically unable to receive vaccines. In light of all these positive outcomes in the United States, state policies mandate certain immunizations as a requirement before entering school. By the 1990s, all 50 states required students to receive certain immunizations, and most states require coverage for daycare and Head Start programs. But vaccines are not without controversy and critics. In 1998, Dr. Andrew Wakefield published an article in The Lancet claiming that the rubella virus was associated with autism, and further that the MMR vaccine had also been implicated. Anti-vaccination groups and parents began to opt out of vaccinating their children due to the purported risk of autism. Wakefield's study was later discredited, and he was stripped of his medical license. But this left a distrust of vaccine safety, which persists today. Vaccination campaigns that were once very visible and active may have come to be taken for granted. The current generation of parents may not have seen some of these communicable diseases. In 2014, the CDC reported a significant increase in measles cases. In 2000, measles were declared eliminated in the U.S., and in the years between 2001 and 2010, a median of 60 cases were reported each year. Then in 2014, the U.S. experienced over 600 reported cases, the highest number in 20 years. The majority of these cases were unvaccinated. Measles is still common in other parts of the world and can be brought into the United States by people traveling abroad and bringing back the disease. 95% is the recommended vaccination level to achieve herd immunity. Only 10 states have achieved this level. So, should vaccines be mandated? Mandates are important tools for achieving high vaccination levels, but an ethical dilemma exists in the balancing of personal choice versus protecting the entire population. Ethical issues arise because some individuals disagree with mandates or have religious or philosophical beliefs that conflict with vaccination. Currently, all 50 states allow for medical exemptions. Those who may be allergic to vaccine ingredients or have compromised immune systems. 48 states allow for religious exemptions for those who believe that the body is sacred and using human tissue or putting chemicals in the body is wrong in God's eyes. And 20 states allow philosophical exemptions for those who value individual liberty above all, or who mistrust vaccine safety and government motives. So let's look at how Nash's moral languages affect attitudes toward vaccination mandates. The first moral language is that of background beliefs. Some may have deep-seated beliefs in deferring their individual freedoms for the benefit of society. Others may believe in the sanctity of individual freedom and personal choice. The second moral language is that of moral character. These are attitudes that we develop as members of a community. Proponents have come to believe that vaccines can save children's lives, that they are safe, that adverse reactions are rare, and that preventable diseases have not disappeared. So vaccinations are still necessary to protect communities and future generations. Objectors have developed beliefs that vaccines can cause serious and sometimes fatal side effects, that they contain harmful ingredients, that they are immoral, that disease that vaccines targets have essentially disappeared and natural immunity is more effective. The third moral language is that of moral principles, or the language of professional morals. For health professions, the approach to resolve ethical issues must revolve around the maxim, first do no harm. Benefiting others, preventing and removing harms, and producing maximum benefits are critical to public health. Respect for autonomy and privacy may limit public health activities. If we look at the Health Educator's Code of Ethics, we receive this professional guidance. The health education profession should be grounded in fundamental ethics principles. Respect for autonomy, promotion of social justice, active promotion of good, and avoidance of harm. I believe that Article 1 has a direct impact on the ethical issue of mandated vaccination. A health educator has a responsibility to the public. They must support the rights of individuals to make informed decisions, as long as the decisions pose no threat to the health of others. They must encourage social policies that support the best balance of benefits over harm. And they must act on issues that can adversely affect the health of individuals, families, and communities. How do we as health educators balance the right of the individual versus the benefits to society with regard to vaccination mandates? My background beliefs tell me that the rights of the individual must sometimes be sacrificed for the good of many. The communities that influence me trust the evidence-based safety of vaccines and have no religious or philosophical objections to vaccinations. And the Code of Ethics for Health Educators defines the ultimate responsibility to the public for improving and maintaining health for individuals, families, and communities. As a health educator, I would support vaccination mandates in order to achieve the greatest good for the greatest numbers. In order to respect the rights of individuals to make informed decisions, exemptions should be allowed for religious and philosophical objections and medical issues. These exemptions, however, should be combined with an education requirement. Those who choose not to vaccinate should understand the risks to themselves and the general public and how to minimize those risks. I also believe that health educators should increase the use of non-compulsory vaccination strategies, which include addressing the parent-guardian safety concerns, enhancing public awareness of vaccine-preventable diseases, promoting a better understanding of herd immunity, and advocating for vaccine availability for disadvantaged socioeconomic groups. I've included a list of the resources I consulted. Thank you for listening to my presentation today.